keyboard maps. Last time I promised a couple of really cool freebies. I got to the first one I had planned, but ran out of space for the other one. So that's the subject of this edition of Stuart's Audacity Tips. As you'll see in the coming paragraphs, this edition of SAT is one that deserves to be shared. In all honesty, I was planning to save this tool for a future project, but best laid plans of mice and men, I suppose. Anyway, anyone who uses Audacity for any type of project will find value in this edition. So boost your karma, share it around. Right then. In the last SAT, I talked about how to search the keyboard shortcuts in Audacity in order to set your own shortcuts or learn about the ones that are already set. That last idea, learning about shortcuts, is what my new tool is all about. In a much earlier edition of SAT, I showed you how to use the export button at the bottom of the keyboard preferences dialog to save your keyboard settings to an XML file. The first thing to do is to export your settings. So we'll go into the keyboard section, or in newer versions it's called shortcuts, and use the export button to export our settings to a file of your choosing. Save that file someplace where you know where you have it. Here's a quick excerpt. The whole file is much longer. Now go over to www.stuartgoffe.com/audacity-keys. That's the home of the amazing Keymap Transmogrifier, created by yours truly. It looks like this. This tool takes the Keymap XML file you just exported and turns it into a printable format according to the options you choose. Here's a sample of some of the output. The options you have are the following. You can choose which commands you want to include in the report, so all commands or only the ones that have shortcuts assigned. And you can choose how you want them sorted, in Audacity menu order or alphabetical order by command name. So I'm going to select only the shortcuts that I have assigned, and I'm going to put them in alphabetical order. Then you choose that keymap file that you just exported and uploaded, and then give this a name that it can be anything that you want it to be. So I'm going to call this alphabetical shortcuts. And when you click on Make Map, it generates an output that looks like this, like the one we just looked at a minute ago, with the name that you gave it up at the top, and it's sorted alphabetically. So we've got the command and the shortcut, and alphabetically by the name of the command, and these are all the ones that are assigned, right? So I can use this as a cheat sheet for my setup. Now, if I were to go back and say all commands and generate that, then I get all of the commands that are in there and in Audacity in alphabetical order. And so this is really long, but it shows you all of the commands that you have available in your particular Audacity installation, including if you have more recent versions of Audacity, it'll show you all of these plugins that are available as macro commands that can be have shortcuts assigned to them as well. So I hope you find the Audacity Keymap Transmogrifier to be useful, both for learning Audacity shortcuts and for shaping Audacity to work exactly the way you want it to work for you. Hope this helps. I'm Stuart.